Hey guys and girls, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Lumber Tycoon 2. Long story short here is I have a whole bunch of stuff on this base scattered all over the place. I got stuff over here, I got stuff in this room, I got stuff in this room over here, in my garages, so I got stuff all over the place. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the stuff I had and make a museum out of it. And one of the things that I need to do is I need to build a floor, which is going to be off of this piece right here. So I'm going to build this out this way and make a floor here for a museum. And so what I figured the first thing I need to do is I need to get a piece of pine wood, which is this here, because all this other wood up here is pine. And I needed to chop it into 1-unit chops because I got the power on this base. So I'm going to need the chop saw to chop it up. And I just figured I'd go over how I made my 1-unit chop saw and how it works and explain what's what and what, how, who, what, you know, all that other good stuff. And also at the same time, I'm probably going to start talking a little bit about the COPPA stuff and YouTube and things like that. I found out some information from KreekCraft, actually. He put out a video a couple of days ago regarding this. And bottom line is, right now I ain't going anywhere. I don't think I got anything to worry about, and I'll get into the details as we go through the video. But first things first, we're going to start off, obviously we got our regular sawmill here. Notice my settings, 1.6 by 1. You'll see when I cut, you'll understand why. Obviously some sort of entranceway into the sawmill. Doesn't have to go to the end of your base. It could be anywhere. As long as you just got a place that you don't even need it technically. You can just stuff them in there. It comes out the other end. You got to have a little bit of length because, you know, if you make a long one, you need a little bit of straight to get it through. I brought it up and elevated it. I used, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angled ones. And as you can see here, they didn't line up exactly perfectly. But I know that seems to be a problem with everybody. Here's another spot where they didn't line up right. And then once I got up here, I put a couple of horizontals to flatten it out. And then it comes into the holding system here, I call it. These right here are 1x4x1s, right? E. 1x4x1 wedges. So if it comes out of the sawmill a little cockeyed and it's not perfectly straight, or it bounces on these things and gets a little bent out, a little out of shape, hopefully these wedges will bring it back in. Once we get up here, this piece here, whoops, stop walking, stop it. Come on. Okay, these pieces here, E. They're two smooth walls, the thin ones, stacked on top of each other to make it basically a 2x2, and then a regular smooth wall, the regular width one up here to cover the top. So the entrance here is actually, I think it's a 2x2 entrance, but I don't use the full width of the entrance. As you saw, my chop saw was set to 1.8, I believe. The reason I went up high is so I could cut it and have it drop right into the truck. Because first thing I'm gonna have to do is drive up the ramp and get all the way up here with it, so I can start building. Got a chop saw, got a switch, nothing crazy there. The chop saw itself is, come on, stop that. As you can see here, basically 1 unit above the rollers. So from this point up is about a unit. The chop saw comes down right here, basically right at the edge of the conveyor belts, and I'll turn it on and I'll show you. Don't worry, I got no sound on with this, so you're not going to hear it. So let's go back over here. We'll hop up here. Now the chop saw down. The reason I went up 1 unit is because if it's down lower, the wood will hit the the cover and it kind of causes it to glitch out. But as you notice, the chop saw is literally right on the edge. So your pieces are going to be about this width. And this piece is a regular flat piece and it's pushing down. So as it cuts, it'll push it down right into the truck and then it'll slide in, hit the rollers again, cut again, push it down, and basically rinse and repeat until you're done with a piece of wood. Let me turn this off for now. FYI, if you still have your sign, like I do, this is my base sign, and if you see right here where the glass is not, you can see what the sign says, but if you go here, it says nothing. So just, that has to do with the new, when the voxel lighting came in, the new lighting, where you see how it's all dark up here, it used to never be. Apparently that affected the glass, or he made a change purposely to the glass, but it doesn't show text on the sign. It blocks out a bunch of other things too. So, but I just wanted to point that out. So now that's what we got going on here. And once it goes through the sawmill, dumps into the truck. And I'm going to actually back the truck up just a little bit more, only because okay. So one of the things that I don't recommend is, okay, this right here is my ruler. The maximum length that a unit like this can take is 10 units. So this is 4, and the gap here is 2. So 4 plus 4 plus 2 is 10. So this is my ruler for that. So as you can see, this piece is short enough that I could put it in like this. It's 9 units long, roughly. But when I take this and plank it out to pieces like this, it's going to be super long. So what I would recommend, unless you build this to accommodate really long pieces, see, I like here, I got 2 straights before I go up. 4, 5, 6 straight pieces, then go up. Once you peek out here, 4 or 5 or 4, 6 straight pieces here before you hit these last 3 that build the actual restraining system, I guess I'll call it. So you could do that if you want to, but then you could take something like this and ram it in there and not worry about it. But because of mine is not made to be super long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I'm going to cut it into thirds probably. But we're going to put this here. I'm going to go over here. We're going to turn this chop saw on. And we'll just watch it do its thing. Get out from under that. There we go. Alright, so now you see the piece replanked and became a smaller piece. It's going to come up into here. And we look good. Lines up right. Hits the chop saw. I don't want to kill myself. And you can see here that it just chops it and drops it right into the truck. Sometimes it cuts it thin. Obviously, any 1 unit chop saw is not perfect. And if it does this to you, use 2 of them. But this piece here is like maximum size, and it's probably about 1.4 units. So the reason I do that is I don't like getting those 0.1s. There we go. Alright, we'll get some more going here. We'll cut this in half, do it again. 2, 1 more chop. And we'll put this one through. Now don't be slamming these things in back to back to back to back, otherwise you will cause a log jam. No pun intended. Actually, the pun was intended. But you'll cause a log jam in here, and the end result will be that eventually they'll back up in here and they won't fit in. I'm dealing with what appears to be a little bit of lag because of other people in the server, as you saw by the wood coming out. So do one piece at a time. Take your time. No major rush here. And we'll just watch this chop out again. And there's one piece, and then we chop another one. That's a thin one. That one will probably work. That's a thin one. Obviously, my chop saw is not dead on perfect, but you know what? They'll give you a bunch of pieces to fill in a bunch of floors so I can start building. And that's that's ultimately what you want. This should be almost done chopping out. So let's go get the last piece. We'll stick it in there. These was test pieces. You see how it's coming out jerky like that? That means I'm dealing with a little bit of lag. And then it goes up, goes into the chop saw. Now, I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way. Just because the pile's going up and not out. Most people think that they need a 1-unit chop saw and it has to be a 1x1x1. Yeah, don't need it. As long as it comes out to be a 1 unit when you put it in a blueprint, who cares? See, these pieces are going to be small, but you can use 2 of them. So this one will fill a blueprint. That one won't, but you put these 2 together and they will. So that one will. Got any more coming? Couple more pieces. And last one, and last one. Alright, so let's go turn the saw off. Because the last thing I want to do is come in here again. Oh, I hate when it does that. Last thing I want to do is come in here and hear the saw running again when I'm, loading in. Alright, so now we'll take this up and we'll just do a little bit of building. I'm going to loop around these trees and make my life a little easier, I think. Alright, now let's get going with COPPA. I don't know if anybody you have been following, especially if you got a YouTube channel. I'm sure you're aware of the COPPA situation and what happened with YouTube and the fines they incurred and the new systems that they put into place to maintain COPPA compliancy after the big fine they got. So, bottom line, in a nutshell, YouTube got busted for $170 million, which really to them is about, from what I heard, is about 3.5 hours worth of a day. Well, based on an 8-hour work day. All right, so it was about half a day's profit for them, about something like 11 3/4 hours. So they lost half a day's profit for breaking the COPPA law from basically YouTube's inception until September of 2019. So they got away with a half a day fine for all that. And Google, obviously, Google now owns YouTube. So Google is probably almost $1 trillion company, but at least it's a mega multi-million-dollar company. Sorry, guy, I gotta kick you guys out. Okay, so anyway, bottom line is when YouTube reacted to the COPPA law and the fines and how they're going to handle it, they seem to have kind of overreacted to me. But they didn't correct themselves after the fact. So now, with us YouTubers, the only thing we can do is post a video and tell you it's for 18 and over, 13 and over, or made for kids, which is 12 and under. Well, less than 13. Yeah, I know, that basically means the same thing, but mathematically it's a little bit different. I missed that spot. Hold on. All right, let me move this blueprint. So anyway, the COPPA regulations basically they implemented stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to talk about YouTube yet. I'm going to talk about COPPA. Basically, the FTC and the COPPA law say if you produce any content geared specifically towards kids, and by kids I mean under 13, based on a definition of COPPA is under 13. And again, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a lawyer. Before I go any further, I'm not a lawyer. This is my disclaimer. I am not a lawyer. Anything I say should not be taken as legal advice. And if you have any questions regarding what I'm saying, please go talk to a lawyer if you need to, but do not take my word as the Bible. Well, the law, I should say. Or legal advice or anything along those lines. Anyway, okay, now that I said my disclaimer, let's go move on. So basically, COPPA is basically saying, if you make content that is geared specifically towards children, again, that's under 13, you are not allowed to retrieve data from their computers regarding information about them. In other words, we all know out there, when you go to a website, especially someplace like YouTube or Amazon or eBay, these big companies, and even the small ones, they query your computer. They check your browsing history. They check your cookies. And then they take that information and they gear an advertisement somewhere towards stuff you've been looking at. So you may be on eBay shopping for, let's say, crayons for your kid, argument's sake. And they will query your computer and see, oh, he went to the Tesla website yesterday. Let's throw up an advertisement for a Model 3. I've actually been looking at that, so that's why that came to mind. But, so you're going to start seeing maybe automotive commercials, even though you're searching for crayons for your 6-year-old to do their homework. See how these all fill in pretty easy? And this piece is going to be too small, so this is what we do. We put it here on the edge, and then we'll grab another small one, like this one, and this will fill that. So anyway, they query your computer, and what COPPA does is says, if you're 12 years old, or under 13, I should say, if you're under 13, if you're a kid, you are not permitted to grab any data off of the computer and exploit these children, because it turns out that children, or at least people think, children are a little bit more gullible or susceptible to ads, so they don't want the kids to be geared by getting ads going, ooh, I can buy this, ooh, I can buy that. So anyway, the bottom line is they're trying to protect kids, which fine, great, excellent. I applaud it. You should protect our youth while they're still youth and young and innocent. I get that. So the here we go. Oh, no, that's a fat piece. I'll put this one over here. Wow, I almost walked off the edge. That was close. So I get that. So the bottom line here is, like I said, COPPA and the FTC find YouTube, and then YouTube decided to, in my opinion, severely overreact. COPPA has a clause in it, or a section in it, that basically says that, whoa, that was a lag, because that thing just disappeared. COPPA basically says that there's a provision where you have videos that fall under three categories. They are adult, adult only, which by COPPA's definition is above 13 and above. You also have children, which is under 13. And there's also a provision in there for a mixed audience, or all ages, or family friendly, whichever terminology you want to use. But YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, and I use that term very loosely, only gave us two options: over 13 or under 13. They did not give us an option for a mixed audience, which a video like this that you're watching right now is a mixed audience video, or at least I think it is. And if it helps, my demographics basically say that nobody 13 to 18 watches my videos. Everybody is 18 years old or older, which reinforces the fact that my content is being watched by... Oh, I missed again. My content is being watched by adults. Not even teenagers, adults. 18 to 24 and 24 to, what is it, 30 or 32 or something like that. Those demographics. And I can show them to you later, I think. But basically those demographics, those demographic ages are what my channel is my audience of my channel. So, all right, I'm kind of blabbering. Ooh, that usually doesn't happen. Usually they just fit. Let's see. Let's put this one here. See what I mean? They just fit. I'm going to take this piece. You can do this, by the way, people. If you haven't played lumber too much, you can take a little piece to finish off something, and whatever the majority of the wood is will populate that color. Okay, back to COPPA. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked while I'm working here. But I'm trying to think of where I was. I got myself screwed up here. But yeah, I ain't going anywhere. YouTube did not accommodate for the mixed audience, which is what most channels like this are going to be. I'm obviously blatantly not towards kids. I'm not sitting here teaching toddlers how to count to 3. I'm not doing nursery rhymes. I'm not, I'm not talking baby talk. I'm talking to you like a person talks to a person. So my belief is that my content like this, although it's a Roblox game, and yes, there is an audience of people that do qualify as kids, which would be under 13. Like I said, my demographics are showing adulthood. Adult people are watching this, not even teenagers. But anyway, my content, I believe, is for all ages, and COPPA accommodates for that, but YouTube does not, and that is our biggest problem right now, getting YouTube to recognize that issue. There we go. If you haven't seen my second video ever, this is the wall of countertops. This size has the white going to the dark browns, and then sinister wood. Jeez, I can't think of the name of it. The other wood. Really? I can't think of the name of the wood right now. But all the wood's here. And on the other side, we have all the colors. The reds, yellow, green, blue, so on. So this gives you, just if you ever watch that video, you'll see that. And please, by all means, if you're concerned about what the countertops are going to look like, especially if you don't have the power, because it costs a lot to do those videos. What am I saying? A lot of units of wood to fill in one of those blueprints. You're gonna want to watch that video to cover that. Yes, I'm plugging my own stuff shamelessly. I know. And as you can see, my chap saw when the server's laggy, it doesn't work as well. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fill all of these in. I'm probably gonna have to go get some more wood. 55%. Boom. So the bottom line here is feel I am not in violation of COPPA. It's not up to me as to the data that's collected. From what I understand, if you're not monetized, you're more or less safe from it, because there's no reason to query your computer and show you ads if you're not monetized and you don't have ads. So that's another reason I think I'm safe. But I think overall I'm safe. And by the time I get a chance to monetize, it shouldn't be. Hopefully, YouTube and COPPA and all that other stuff will get ironed out. Because by the time I'm able to be monetized, it's probably going to be another year or two. And if I don't, that's fine too, because I enjoy doing the videos. But as you can see, I'm building this out. I'm going to keep building it out. And probably build it out that way too. So yeah, so like I said, that's what's going on. If you want, I'm gonna put in the description below. I'm gonna put the link to KreekCraft's video that he did coming out of the FTC the other day. Yeah, I'm plugging him too, because he's tried to do a lot for all the YouTube world out there, especially the gaming world, because he's going to be affected too. So I'm going to put that link in there. You can go check out his video. I think it's only about 15 minutes long. He covers everything that he went to DC and spoke to the people in DC. He talked to the FTC. He spoke with two commissioners of the FTC, and he came back with mostly good news. So, like I said before, anybody who is blatantly geared towards children need to mark their videos as for children. In other words, if you know the channel, Blippi is blatantly geared towards children. He's teaching children colors. He's teaching children name shapes. He's teaching children various words, various letters, the letters of the alphabet. He is blatantly geared towards children. He must mark his video as for children. Same thing with Ryan's toy review. Now whatever the heck they changed the channel to, but they're geared towards children. They do toy box openings. They do a kid playing with toys. That is geared towards children. That channel is going to be affected too, and that is one of the biggest channels out there. If you haven't heard of Ryan's toy review, and you got a kid or know somebody who's got a kid, you got to get yourself out of the closet, man. Those are two big channels that I can think of that are going to be seriously affected. A toy channel that is like a hobby channel, like a Lego channel where they collect Legos and it's adults talking about their builds with Lego. Yes, I can see children watching that, but that's adult content, because that's adult people talking about collecting these Legos. Same thing with somebody who collects Star Wars figures. That's a collector's thing. I can see kids getting into it because kids like Star Wars, but it's a collector's thing. You're not going to have an 8-year-old kid going out to drop $1,000 on a rare Yoda doll or something. Not going to happen. This is adults talking about collecting for the purpose of, just for the purpose of collecting, or for the purposes of an investment. These are, so these things are obviously geared towards adults, but I can see children wanting to watch it. So channels like that are going to be safe. I think channels like mine, channels like Code Primates, channels like Bunny Films, channels like Amazing Gaming, um, Dig Dug, let's see, who else? Jelly, and there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. They're they're doing games like this. They're doing Roblox. They're doing Minecraft. They're doing Fortnite. They're doing Call of Duty. Some of these games are marked as mature, so there's not a question here whatsoever. But like Roblox, Minecraft, other games that don't have violence in them, they are going to be geared towards all audiences. So from that perspective, I think we're safe from the FTC. And I am going to continue my channel. I'm going to continue to stay here, and I'm going to continue to put out content. Um, they're not going to come after me until I monetize, no matter what. And even if they do go after, I have to be blatantly obvious. Like I said, like Blippi, like Ryan's Toy Review, um, Teletubbies channel, for example, if there is such a thing out there. That's obviously stuff geared towards kids. So I'm not geared towards kids. I'm not sitting here going, googity googity goo goo ga. I'm not doing that. I'm talking to you like a person. I'm not talking to you like I'm talking to a toddler. Anyway, guys, yeah, I know you're staring at a blueprint that's not full, and I apologize for that. Um, I'm very, very adamant about this, and when I start talking, I start using my hands a lot, so my hands were off the mouse and the keyboard, and I'm sitting here waving my hands in the air while I'm talking to you, you know. And anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching my videos. Get out of the car. Get up here. Why are you hopping in your car? So, that's what I'm doing. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just to recap really quick, I covered my 1-unit chop saw here, which obviously didn't work super great. It's just a regular chop saw. I set it to 1.6 by 1. Feed it through. Raise it up. Put it into this containment system or restraint system. Restraint system here. And the saw comes down, chops it, the pieces fall out, fall into a truck, and I drive off with them. So that's how I did that. I'm going to show you guys the YouTube Hall of Fame really quick. Only because I'm here. And show you who's in here. That's me. In case you haven't realized it, that's me. If you ask me to sign a base, I'll be glad to. If I'm not doing a video or, obviously, time constraints and, stuff. But I'll be glad to sign. Most of you probably know Bunny Films. Everybody that watches me probably knows Code Primate. And if you don't, go check him out. He's got years worth of videos for Lumber Tycoon 2, as well as other content. So, and he does a lot more stuff than me. Now going over to this side, this was my friend Player. His channel, he was Player 10487. He no longer exists in YouTube as this person. However, he's still out there, and I know who he is. And Player, if you ever watch my video, I'm still thinking of you, buddy. Alright? If you don't know who this is, you don't know anything about me at all. As you can tell by the giraffe, that is Amazing Gaming, the Mummy's signature. The giraffe is her art, her photography, and her artwork with the photography. This is I want to say 2015 award-winning photograph in her native country, and I'm not going to say that. Even though it's boasting common knowledge, I don't want to give it out. That's up to her to do. But she's an award-winning photographer, and this is one of her award-winning photos. Also, she has the painting in the art store in this game, This is a friend of mine, Neox. Neox, if you're still out there, buddy, uh, haven't seen you around in a while, so just waving a hand your direction. So there we go. That's my autograph area. This is a supply shelf. I'm gonna have to put better lighting in here because this is, since they changed the lighting, this has been pretty rough. Up, I got a visitor. Awesome Dylan. Don't know who you are, Awesome Dylan, but I'm gonna say hi to you real quick. And we'll go up over here and we'll finish off the video with the chop saw in the background. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you don't mind me venting about COPPA and all that other stuff. But, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to put out content. I will be here. Hopefully other people will do the same thing. And I will talk to everybody again very soon. And everybody out there, have a wonderful day. And, yeah, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, comment, set your alerts. Oh, speaking of subscribing, I've been collecting a lot of subscribers lately. And I'm not sure why, and I'm not going to complain about it at all. For those of you who subscribed in the last couple of weeks, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope you come back, and I hope you enjoy my content, and I hope you watch and like my videos and comment on my videos. That would be great. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to talk to you guys through the comments. If you know who I am when I'm in game, come find me, and I'd be glad to talk to you or do something with you. Maybe put you in a video, whatever. I ran into somebody a couple of days, yesterday or 2 days ago. He saw that the tile thing up here in the background, you can see. Somebody's yelling at me for lagging. Size of 5. Alright, they're saying, thanks for lagging out my game, and I just lolled. Anyway, yeah, then I just said to him, it's only a data size 5, so what are you worried about? But anyway, let me finish out this video, and, well, I'll talk to everybody again soon. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment, set your alerts. Those of you who subscribed in the last few weeks, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like my stuff. I hope you come back for more. For those of you that subscribed before the last couple of weeks, and for those of you who have been some of my first subscribers, if you're still out there watching my videos, thank you. Much appreciated. I hope I will see everybody again soon. Don't forget, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, set your alerts. And don't forget, check out the link to KreekCraft's video if you are a content maker in YouTube. It will be very informative towards you, and I think it'll make you feel a lot more at ease. Thanks again, guys. Everybody out there, have a great one. Like, subscribe, comment, set your alerts. And on that note, I'm out of here. You all have a great evening, and I'm sorry this is like the super long, dragged out goodbye, but goodbye.